So you gave us a sense of why you sort of stepped into an opportunity that was there for you. Can you talk about were there other was there I got to imagine there weren't that many other players in this space. Were there other companies that were servicing specifically dental IT and security concerns?
Not locally, not in our local
Yeah,
market when we got started. Went
yeah,
local, then regional, then national, and we've encountered more um, companies out there, and a lot of them don't just focus on dental. Some of them will have a fair amount of dental,
hmm,
but we find that a majority in the dental space are 20 employee or less IT companies that are doing dental. So it's interesting because we're much bigger than that, and there's only actually a few companies around our size in the industry that are
yeah.
fulfilling this niche.
Yeah, yeah. I got to imagine with being the size that you are, that there's, especially with a larger dental practice, that they're gonna say, well, let's go with the ones who clearly have the countrywide spread and so forth. So I want to talk a little bit about that and what you provide because we've going back to almost the beginning of the show, we discussed news stories about the possibilities of IoT pacemakers being hacked and healthcare security and the sort of like big scary all red 22 point type headlines and so forth, but can you tell our listeners specifically about the types of security and tech issues that you help solve within the dental sector?
Well, one of the things that's interesting and slightly scary is that a majority of dental practices are still utilizing on-premise servers.
Hmm.
And some of the software that's been around for a long time is so poorly built
Yeah.
that it requires elevated security on the workstations for the software even to run. So
Yeah.
thankfully, we've seen a trend in some of the practices and organizations finally moving to cloud. But by doing that, it's very challenging because you have a small area you're protecting in the dental, but it's extremely vulnerable. Whereas
Yeah.
you put the tools in place, you still have the human interaction, which is my biggest fear because we can put a lot of technical things in place, but with the limitations of the software as well as
Yeah.
knowing that the humans are interacting. In some cases, you have dental practices that are using their servers as an additional workstation. So you can imagine how much fun
Yeah.
that is. So
Complete with its own Wi-Fi connection.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, we've seen that
please.
too.
I've left the door open for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm going to resist the urge to say continue saying drill down around an issue, but because no one needs that. Have you seen Work Bites, the new security awareness training series from Infosec? Our team produced this series with 3 E's in mind, making security awareness training entertaining, engaging, and educational. Just go to infosecinstitute.com/free to learn more about this hilarious office comedy. And hey, let us know what you think about it.